Abyssus gives you 7 different weapons to use with different modifiers, and most of them are really fun to use. Some of them are just plain overpowered. So let's get them ranked from worst to best. And we're going to go over the rules first for this ranking. We're going to be basing this ranking off how good each weapon is on it based on its max potential. So it doesn't matter what charm or blessing you have. We're going to include that. Same with upgrades, same with the secondary and primary fire modifiers. It does not matter. So anyways, let's get a rank. Not a single person literally that played this game would argue with you that the engine rifle is the worst weapon in the game. No one would disagree. Literally, because it is that bad. There's genuinely no comparison. It is complete ass. It does absolutely nothing. Primary fire, awful. Horrible. Secondary fire, atrocious. It just gets you overheated and does literally nothing. By the time you want to kill one enemy, you're screwed. You can't activate blessings half the time with it because it takes forever to activate blessings. The upgrades are terrible. And you know what? The modifiers for your primary and secondary fire actually make this thing worse somehow. How do they make them worse? Usually these are supposed to make it better or help you do other strats. But this, it literally does nothing but make this thing worse. Like, what the fuck? So, like, oh my god, it is so bad. It is genuinely the worst. The critical damage, atrocious. Secondary fire damage, also atrocious. It does not matter what you do to it. You put literally any blessing on it, get any charm, it will not make a difference. Even with fan, where you're getting basically double tap on it, it doesn't matter. It still sucks. This thing is garbage. Pro tip, if you're starting off the game and you want to use an actually good weapon, get the Brine canister revolver, because this thing is so much better than the engine rifle. It's not even funner. You can find it on the desk there and just pick it up and you'll have access to it, and there you go, right? So you're going to want to be using this thing over that because it's not awful is the thing. It still sucks, but it's not awful, alright? So here's the thing about it. The fire rate is really slow, takes forever to shoot down guys, and like when you're fighting bosses, like yeah, you can get good critical hits on them, but like you're going to be like barely doing any damage, and it just kind of sucks using this thing because it's just like you're just shooting them and you feel like you're just not doing anything. It takes absolutely forever, and you feel like the game's a lot harder than it actually is because how bad this thing actually is. And yeah, it's even with good blessing, it's not that good because most blessings don't really work with it. But it's not bad because you are doing damage. The secondary fire is actually useful for one. Same with the primary fire. The modifiers actually do something as well. So you gotta got like these little benefits with this thing, but it's still not very good in comparison to all the other ones above it. But like again, if you're starting out the game, use this. You will not regret it because it is so much better than the rifle. It's not even comparable. So I know this is gonna be controversial, I'm aware, but I would actually put the plasma launcher lower than I initially thought it was. It was gonna be like a lot higher than this, yeah, but like I can't for reasons I'll explain on the next ranking. All right, so we're gonna go over what I don't like about this thing, what I like about it, obviously. What I don't like first though is that like its damage just sucks. The damage on this thing is not very good. You can get like all the best blessings and just not like get that good of damage, which is like what, like, and then like on top of that, the secondary fire is not good for any of them, and most of the primary fires suck. Is the other thing. There's like one good primary fire. All the secondary fires pretty much suck. You can't really argue which one's the best because they all really suck ass. And see, like, that's really disappointing, right? And like, oh, this thing's got one good thing going for it, and that's splash damage. So it is amazing for activating abilities, which is huge. Using your splash damage all the time is really deadly because of that. But like, it's just not good for anything else though, is the problem. Like, it's good for crowd control, but when you're fighting bosses, good luck to you because you're never going to activate abilities. And yeah, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of this thing, and I'm mixed putting it here this low. But like, I don't like it. So it's got to go this low for me, and I can't put it any higher than this. It would not feel right with this thing. So it's not bad. As I said before, it is not bad. We're starting to get to the ones that are like you can actually like finish a run with it. This thing's not bad by any means. It being this low is not a bad thing. It's just it's not as good as it should be, and we're gonna get into the next one. Why I think that this one should go right here. So here is probably my most controversial pick in this entire list, and that's got to be the shotgun being this high. I guess you can call it because like when you initially use the shotgun, you're like, oh, it's amazing, right? Because you're using the fucking pistol and the fucking machine gun. And you're just like, oh my god, these weapons suck. And then you use the shotgun, like, oh my god, this is amazing, right? And as you get the other weapons, you realize the shotgun's really not that good. But it is that good at the same time because you got to unlock a lot of the primary and secondary modifiers of this thing. because the default ones are not bad, but the later ones are really, really good for this thing. And truthfully, most of them are actually pretty good, even the default ones. It's all subjective of which ones you like the best. Personally, there's a couple that I like more than others, and that's why I put it so high up, is when you have the pushback and the precise shots, the slug shots, because you'll do a lot of damage with those precise slug shots. Yeah, it's not like so much like a shotgun, but like it doesn't matter because it's easier to hit them unlike the stupid pistol, and you're just doing a lot of damage. And then plus, if you have like the fan on here, you're going to be activating your ability all the time, which is just huge. Right? So when you have those combined together with this thing, it actually does a lot of damage, and it's just really fun to use at the same time. So it has to go above the plasma launcher for me. More damage is always a good thing, and being sealed to have more damage is great. Don't get me wrong, I love the splash damage of the plasma launcher, but like I just can't put it any higher because the damage on the thing is just so bad, and like it doesn't work against anything except for crowds of enemies, right? The shotgun's good in pretty much every instance. The right click can just clear crowds of enemies. The left click's good for bosses. So there you go. Ah, yes, the combat bow. Some people swear by this thing. A couple people I know would put this in their top 3. They say it's underrated, slept on, whatever you want to call it. Really, really good. And it is pretty good, I'm not going to lie to you. It's not bad. It's really good for hitting criticals. So it's really good against bosses. It's not amazing against normal enemies, which is kind of disappointing. But it's not a huge deal at the end of the game, typically. But still, it's really, really good. And like, I just wouldn't put it higher than this because it also uses a lot of skill. It's the most skilled weapon in this game by far. And I just can't use it personally. And I just feel like a lot of people like me just can't use it. And I cannot understand why you would switch this around with even with a shotgun or something like that, right? So like it does have to go a little bit lower here in comparison to how its full potential really is. But like I just don't see that full potential because of the fact you're mostly just good against bosses, which is a little bit disappointing, like I said before. But overall, it's not bad though. Doing that big damage is great, and all the potential it has with the fan, with all of its attachments, with the primary fire, the secondary fire attachments, they're all amazing actually. So that's really what makes this thing like go so high up for me, is the fact that it's just like it's so versatile. And it's not just good against bosses, but that is where it shines, though. So that's a little bit of its fault, but like at the same time, it's like you're good against bosses. That's really what you want, you know? So yeah, it's got to go right here. The fish deity is not as good as you would think it is because of the fact that it's like a secret weapon that you unlock after you unlock every other weapon in the game, and acts like it's really powerful. And it's called the fish deity, you know, like the fish god, right? Like it seems really cool, but it's kind of underwhelming when it comes to that, but it's kind of not at the same time. Right, so let's get right into it, right? So like the default, you shoot yellow balls of poison, you change them to like shoot like different balls and they stick on enemies and that kind of thing, which is cool and all that. True for the default one's probably the best. And then the right click is like the melee, right? And the melee is actually really powerful, especially like the chainsaw. It does a ton of damage, like a ton of damage. But the problem is it's a melee, so you gotta get up close to them, which is a little bit whatever, but like it's good too because it's good against enemies and bosses. The melee attack does a lot, and abilities just activate all the time with this thing. All the time. You always get a blessing going on when you have this thing. Just like it's non-stop. It's amazing. That's where it really shines, is with blessings. Because of the fact that you can activate blessings so often because of how this thing works, that's really awesome. That's what really puts this over the edge for me, is the blessings ability with it. That's why I had to put it above the bow. Because yeah, it doesn't do that much damage to bosses, but because of your blessings, you're going to be doing a ton of damage to them. You know what I mean? Because how easy they are to inflict. So, and then you get like good charms on it, and it's just crazy. It is really, really good. It's not as good as the top two, but it's still absurdly good when you have the right build with it. Now we're moving on to the two most overpowered weapons in the game. We're going to start off here with the Tesla gun. The Tesla gun, right from the start, is really powerful. It does a ton of damage. It's easy to use. It's kind of mindless. Both left click and right click are just amazing. And then all your blessings, they just activate right away with this thing, like just all the time. Every blessing's good on it pretty much, but when you put the best blessings, you optimize it, oh, it's amazing. Then you get the fan on it, you get the right charms, get Mr. Boom, whatever you need for it. Oh my god, don't even get me started how good this thing will become. It's just absurd how good it is. And you'll just absolutely annihilate enemies. And then you get the attachments. Oh man, it gets even better. Every single attachment is good in all honesty, but the best ones are definitely better than the others. But like the best ones are better, like the normal, like worst ones are better than like the best ones for most of the weapons in this game. Like that's just how like crazy this thing is. That's just like that's just how much better it is than literally all of the other weapons, except for the one above it, of course. Like it's that good. Like it's like you want to talk about power creep. You know, this is like the cyber dragon of it. It's just insane the power creep of this thing from like the fish deity to this. It's like no other weapon as good as this up to this point in this ranking. It's absurd how powerful it is. It's just, yeah, it has to be number 2. No doubt about it. And number 1 would be the disc thrower. The disc thrower is absolutely broken. The disc thrower is just crazy. When you first get it, you're gonna be like, this thing sucks, because you're gonna use the default shots, and at first you don't realize how powerful they are. You need to like understand what to do with them. Get the right charms, right blessings, all that. You know what I'm saying? Once you get all the right stuff though, oh man, you're in for a treat with this thing. It is absolutely broken. It will just like, it will lag the game because of how powerful it is. When you're fighting bosses, the bosses will die so fast that you won't even see their health bar deplete. They'll just die, and then you'll like freeze for a second, and then the game will go back to normal and figure out what happened. It's insane how powerful this thing is, and you can do that with the normal base attachments. You don't even have to upgrade the attachments. If you upgrade the attachments, it gets even better, right? It's so crazy. It is unreal how powerful this thing is. It just destroys in like anything that you just need to use it in. Say you're doing a 30 canister run, that one that's really hard that you need to do, right? You do this, use this thing, you're gonna do it no problem. It is an absolute cakewalk with this thing. You just melt everything. Get 2 people with this thing, you're fine. Get 3 people, it's a joke. 4 people, and why even try? Put on search and destroy, you don't even have to think. You just press left click, right click, left click, right click, and you'll win. Because that's all you do. It is so good. It's crazy. Like, I cannot believe how powerful this thing is. I don't know if the devs really thought about it or not, but it's number 1. Like, there's no doubt about it. We used to think Tesla gun was number 1, then we realized how broken this thing is. So, yeah.